Hey VC, it's me Roger back with another video. This is my third time trying to do this. Let's hope it's the charm. Another record store day has come and gone. Can't believe it's been a year already. Hope you all had a great day. But you know, if you're anything like me, every day is record store day. Cheers. So I can't deal with the crowds and the lines and the party and the scene. I just can't. So I celebrate record store day at my own pace. So I stayed away from Grimies because it is, they throw a big party, and I'm sure it's a lot of fun, but I can't deal. And but I did go to a record store day on Saturday, yesterday. Went to the Great Escape on Charlotte, and they had opened at 7 a.m. and last year I'd gone mid-morning, and they still had some stuff, and it was a real mellow scene, and I guess word got out that maybe that was the place to go rather than camping out at Grimies. So by the time I got there around 10, they were cleaned out. I did pick this up because, well, I like these guys. Clutch, it's a reissue of From Beale Street to Oblivion, which I think came out in like 2008 or something. 2 LPs. Not sure if it's a comp or what. I don't know that much about these guys. Kind of chuckle-headed Southern boogie in a way, but riff monsters, and they've got an attitude. They've got a real punky attitude that I like. I got several of their records, so I couldn't pass this up. I guess it's on limited colored vinyl. And I picked up a couple singles that I kind of wish I hadn't, but here they are. Here's Bob Dylan, The Night We Called It a Day, on blue vinyl apparently. It's still sealed. Both of these tracks were on the LP. I don't know why. Same thing with this, D'Angelo. 2 tracks from Black Messiah. I don't know, I might just keep these sealed. Yeah, I don't even collect 7 inches really, but record store day, you know, it's all about the feeding frenzy, right? Well, whatever, you know, I try not to get too bent out of shape about stuff. There's really only one thing that I really wanted, or that I thought I might could actually find, and there was another thing that I thought I'd never find. But so anyway, it was a wash, a Great Escape, but they were having a 20% off sale on everything in the store, so except for record store day stuff. And they brought in some new stock, and I found some cool stuff, and I'm going to show it later on in the video, assuming iMovie doesn't crash on me again. So yeah, the day after record store day, today, I thought, well, why not go see what's left over at Grimies? And I wasn't the only one who had that idea. There was a line, not a long line, but a line outside of Grimies before they opened this afternoon, the day after record store day. It wasn't too many people, but by the time I left, it was crowded. A lot of people like me who couldn't deal yesterday and went today to see what was left. And, well, what do you know? I found the one thing that I was hoping to find, Arto Lenze, the Encyclopedia of Arto, Northern Spy, 2 LPs. I have no idea how limited this is. It's still sealed. I haven't opened any of these. Yeah, I love Arto Lenze. Really interesting guy. Was in DNA, that seminal no wave band. It's on that No New York comp, and then worked with Bill Laswell and all kinds of people, and then formed a really interesting sort of twisted pop group called Ambitious Lovers. Made a couple records in the 80s that are really great. Anyway, so here's a comp of his work. One volume is sort of a best of, with all that kind of stuff and more. And then second volume is live solo recordings. He's a really interesting guitar player, sort of self-taught, very unconventional player, singer. Yeah, I was so psyched to find this. They had one copy. Speaking of Bill Laswell, in the background we're listening to a CD. It's upside down, sorry. It's Toshinori Kondo, Eraldo Bernocchi, and Bill Laswell. The name of the album is Charged, on Interrhythmic from 1999. Yeah, cool sort of Milesian electronic dub jazz stuff. I dig it. I've got a lot of that stuff. Hope I don't get busted for playing it. So yeah, great. Found that Arto Lindsay comp. And I looked around, they had a bunch of stuff. So I had to grab some things, like this reissue of Tomorrow's self-titled album from 1968 on Parlophone. It's on colored vinyl. They reproduced the whole like tip, fold over cover. It's in mono. Did I say that? It's in mono. Yeah, I don't know that much about these guys, but I do know that song, My White Bicycle, which is on that Nuggets comp. Yeah, this is going to be great psychedelic stuff. They had the other one, Genesis, The Gods, again from 1968, same deal, mono, colored vinyl. Yeah, these are originals, really rare. I had one copy each of these Sun Ra things. Here's Calling Planet Earth. What label is this on? DA Music? Org. Oh, ORG. Well, whatever. Yeah, Calling Planet Earth. I've had this on CD forever. It's a live recording from Denmark, December of 1971. Well, really a fragment of that concert, but yeah, good sound on this. Great period for Sun Ra. Yeah, the whole European tour is pretty mind-blowing. Some of the best live Sun Ra, in my opinion. Yeah, so couldn't pass that up. And I knew this was coming out, but I didn't know it was coming out for Record Store Day. Planets of Life or Death. Amin, is that how you say it? 73, yeah, live in France, October 21st, 1973. I don't think I've ever heard this, not even a bootleg. This is put out on Strut with Art Yard, who are a legit representative of the Sun Ra estate, such as it is. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. As you all know, I love the Sun Ra. And one more thing they had that I don't know if this is strictly for Record Store Day or what, but I know that these Dual Planet releases, I think that's another UK label, you see them and then they're gone. And I've learned my lesson that, if I see something on this label, to just grab it. So here's Abstractum, the electrogenic music of Val Steven. So, Australian guy, I guess. Hype sticker says, hallucinogenic hybrid of sedated synthesis and primordial musique concrète. Well, that sounds pretty good to me. Yeah, I'm really excited to check this out. So yeah, the day after Record Store. Oh wait, one more thing I found at Grammys. Again, I don't collect 7-inches, but in the heat of the moment, I had to grab this, even though it was kind of stupid pricey. Hawkwind, Back on the Streets. I really don't even know what this is. I haven't opened it. But Hawkwind is just so cool. I figured, I don't know. The guy said they got one copy and he couldn't believe nobody bought it. So, yeah. Another 7-inch to listen to once and file away. Cheers. So yeah, that was great. I was happy as a clam to have found that Arta Lindsay record and those other great records. It's a cool record store day as far as I was concerned. But I figured, why not hit one more store? It's more of a bookstore than a record store. But they do celebrate record store day, so I thought, well, you know, who knows? Let's see what I find. And what do you know? Sitting there, they just had a few boxes of record store day stuff. And I was blown away when I found this sitting there. This is Helden live in Paris, 1976, on Souffle Continuum Records. Made in England. I have not cracked the seal. This is like an Obi strip kind of thing. Yeah, Helden, you know, big VC fave. More, you know, 70s electronic stuff. This is going to be awesome. Apparently there's only 1,000 of these worldwide. I remember reading about it. And I also read it was going to be like regionally released. I was just Facebooking with Andrea, Sonic Mainliner, hey man, if you're watching, about this record, and he and Anthony Camploni were like, whoa, what is this? And I was like, well, geez, guys, it was pressed in England. Why is this so hard to find? Why would I find this in Nashville and you know, Andreas can't find it in London? I don't know. It was mind-blowing to see it sitting there. So of course I bought it. It wasn't even really that expensive. $20, something like that. Yeah, this is going to be great. Love that spacey electronic stuff. Speaking of which, another Dual Planet. You know, like I said, if I see him now, I'm going to grab him. Here's Eric Sade, Sounds of Now. Look at him with his analog synthesizer. It's awesome. Reel to reel up here. Yeah. The hype sticker says, a companion piece to the previous compilation, The Ultrasonic Perception. Now, doesn't that sound awesome? I need to find that. This is more like library music. And so, like, shorter pieces. Damn, you know this is going to be awesome, right? I mean, maybe not for everybody, but obviously, there it was. So, yeah, in terms of, you know, exclusive, exciting record store day releases, I couldn't be happier with what I was able to find the day after record store day. Cheers. So, like I said, Great Escape was having a 20% off sale, which is, you know, fairly generous, and they had gotten in a bunch of records I hadn't seen before, and so kind of, you know, that was fun. Not much jazz. Here's Mongo Santamaria, Up from the Roots, from 1972 on Atlantic. Still in shrink, but it's coming off there, Andreas. I can't. I don't know. I don't have any other Mongo Santamaria records, but this just looked too cool to pass up. Really beautiful condition. John Faddis plays on it. Yeah, it's gonna be great. Great cover. Still sealed copy of John Fahey live in Tasmania on Tacoma from 1981. Yeah, still sealed. One of the few live recordings John Fahey ever made. I'm excited to crack it open and listen to it. I want to point out something though. This is a genuine, original, still sealed record, and you can tell because it has a cutout there, and the shrink wrap is also cut. So, you know, I mean, normally records are shrink wrapped at the factory, and then when they cut them out, it happens after the fact. And I only bring that up because, well, as many of you probably know, some folks will reseal a record and try to pass it off as a factory sealed record. And Great Escape gets these things in from time to time, and they don't do this. I know they don't do it, and they don't price them like they're genuinely, you know, they know the difference. But there are a couple things that, you know, in general, there's a record store in Boston that's closed now that used to reseal records. You know, generally, folks who do that, it'll be maybe in decent condition. But anyway, so here's a sealed copy of Debbie O. Clay from 1972 on, what is this, Ranwood Records. Now, I've seen this around, and I think some folks have posted in the VC. I don't know exactly what this is. Well, I'm hoping it's sort of that, you know, Topanga Canyon psychedelic hippie folk thing, you know, from the 70s. That's what it looks like. Connie Kay Carol Kay, plays bass on it. Larry Carlton plays guitar. Ron Tutt, Paul Humphrey, and a very young Dave Kemper plays drums on it. Dave Kemper played with the Jerry Garcia band for all through the 90s. Yeah, I'm really curious to see what that's going to sound like and what it is exactly. Maybe it's cool, maybe it's cheesy. I don't know. Let me know. Leave me a comment. So yeah, right. What I was saying. So this is sealed, but unlike that John Fahey record, where's that cut corner? Yeah, here we go. So here's the cut corner, but as you can see, the shrink wrap is covering that cut corner. So that obviously was sealed after it was cut, and so probably it's been played, but I hope it's in, you know, good condition. Here's another one sealed. Nectar's A Tab in the Ocean, and I have a copy of this, so I'm hoping this is an upgrade. It was cheap, and with 20% off, it was, you know, I couldn't leave it there. Here's Klaatu's Sir Army Suit on Capitol from 1978. I love their first two records. I have to thank Mark, Dr. Deadwax, I think, for ultimately getting me to pick those up and listen to them. They're great. You know, so I figure, why not? I don't know what these sound like. You know, as time goes on, sometimes bands start to not be so great, but I don't know, I like the cover. Hoping I can clean some of that schmutz off that ringware there. Here's another one. Endangered Species on Capitol from 1980. Yeah, it came out being so cheap, how could I leave it behind? Same thing with this, you know, it was record store day and I wasn't going to go anywhere else really, so I dug around in the bins and found some interesting things. This Solitudes, Environmental Sound Experiences, Carm, Corvo 71, you must know about this stuff. I have a couple of other volumes in this. This is volume 4. So it's this guy, Dan Gibson, who goes around with his recording equipment and records, you know, field recordings. And this is side A is Niagara Falls, the Gorge and Glen, and side B is Among the Ponds and Streams of Niagara. Yeah. I love this stuff to listen to and also as a source of things to manipulate. Here's another one. I have others in this series. This is Environments, Volume 9. God, I had the first 2 volumes. I had no idea there were that many of these. Still in shrink, as is this. It has this great sticker here. Environments are aboard NASA's Voyager spacecraft as an accurate representation of Earth's primal sounds. Better than booze and safer than pot, says Life magazine. Highly addictive, says High Times. Yeah, I love this stuff. The first 2 volumes are kind of electronic in nature. This says side A is Pacific Ocean and the second side is Caribbean Lagoon. Yeah, I'm looking forward to checking that out. So then also at McKay, the big bookstore, they had put out boxes and boxes and boxes of new stock, old, you know, used records, and it was like a fly on shit with that, you know. And I had to dig through that. So found some cool stuff there. Here's Dub Echoes, Sonic Excursions in Dub and Beyond, Jamaican Kings Meet Electronic Futurists Worldwide. It's like a 3 EP set on Soul Jazz. Great. UK label. Yeah, I couldn't leave that behind. And this is like $2. Simon and Bard Group Tear It Up with Ralph Towner on Flying Fish from 1982. I have another record by Simon and Bard Group that's pretty cool. There wasn't much jazz at the K, but I did pick this up for $2. Can't lose. Here's Kevin Ayers. Yes, we have no mañanas. So get your mañanas today. Kevin Ayers, of course, was original member of Soft Machine. And I have this reissue of his earlier album, Joy of a Toy, which is great. This is later, from 1977. Yeah, you don't see these around so much. Gold promo stamp. So, yeah, I had to grab that. Lucifer's Friend, Where the Groupies Killed the Blues. Now that's just a title that's hard to just pass up there. And, yeah, I'd love to find a copy of their first record, their self-titled record, Lucifer's Friend. This is a US copy on ABC, 1975. Apparently more of a prog thing than a heavy thing. I don't know. Again, too interesting to leave behind. As with this, especially since I've been getting back into this band, It's a Beautiful Day today on Columbia from 1973. Really pretty decent shape. Oh, a little crack there. Yeah, I'm looking forward to spinning that. This is really cheap and still in remnants of shrink wrap. Andreas, what would you do? Would you try to preserve this? I don't know. I'm gonna have to take it off. Chad and Jeremy, Distant Shores on Columbia from what, 19... I'm not sure. 66? It says. It's a 2i? Yeah, I love their first two records. Psychedelic pop. One more. I talked about this record in my last video, saying I would like, I'd love to find a copy for not a lot of money, and here it is. Horn Rock, Blood, Sweat and Tears, Child as a Father to the Man, on Columbia from 68, I think. And yes, it is a original 2i. Appears to be in good shape. The jacket's jacked, but yeah, this is the Al Cooper version of Blood, Sweat and Tears. It's really different than their more commercial stuff. So yeah, make a wish and it comes true on Record Store Day, or the day after anyway. That's it. It was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you all had a great Record Store Day. Take care. I'll see you soon.